Yo. Yo. Yo, somebody said, this dude says he doesn't watch the games, but every day he makes a video talking about, Cleveland wins a championship. And to that, people are those people who think like that, to figure out that the NBA is fixed. If you go back and look at some of my videos, you can clearly see that I've been right about the NBA. You can look at my highest rating videos on the NBA and be like, he was right. Everything he said came true. Listen, I could even tell you when people get hurt. It's all a show. The NBA is a show. It is not even a true sport anymore. Listen, you're not getting the best of what these guys can do. They're not being honest with you. They're not giving you the true form of basketball. Is that what you think you're getting? You think you're getting 100% honest basketball when you watch the NBA. You think all of those guys are playing on the up and up. Everything is even. All these guys are bearing their true skills. That's what you think? You think a guy who wears beer goggles, literally, who temporarily blurs his vision on purpose and wears them and then dribbles 2 basketballs up and down the court, doing all kind of tricks with it, having got people pass him the ball while his vision is blurred. You think this guy gets on the court, shoots the ball, and looks at the defender and watches it go in, and then the next game, he's missing all kind of shots. You think that person's doing that because they just happen to be off that day. Their skills are off that day. This is an MVP. The best backcourt shooter pretty much ever in history of the game. All of a sudden, he's, only got 15 points for that game. You think it's possible to shut that person down? No, it's not possible to shut that person down. It's fixed. So what do they do when they want to give another team a chance because their ratings are going down? You know what they do? They injure him. And when they injure him, he is no longer a factor, at least for a short span. Now, Steph Curry is said to come back, but who knows? Let's talk about Russell Westbrooke. This is another NBA is fixed, some old nonsense that you guys think is real. I just don't get how some of you just can't see through this. I need some water. I don't get how some of y'all can't properly decipher through what you're seeing. It's almost like you're in a state of stupor, which is what the word, well, I ain't gonna say that because it's not like you're stupid. It's the fact that some of you are in the matrix and you want to stay there. See, some of you are the Neo that have woken up from the Matrix, and you're like, let me go back in. I want to stay in the Matrix because the game's fun. It's cool. I want to root for somebody. I want to have some external energy spent on a meaningless game that adds not one piece of value to my life other than the fact that somebody who I never met before and or has no idea that I exist put a ball in the hoop and it made me feel good. The NBA. Heck, some of those guys don't even want to meet you. They don't want to meet you. They don't care. They don't make money off of the fans anymore. The NBA is not making money off of the fans. That's what you think the NBA is making their money off of? No. The NBA doesn't make money off of the fans. They can care less. Listen, they can fill each stadium up every day, and that isn't even 20% of the money that they make. They don't care about season tickets. If they cared about season tickets, then they wouldn't have players resting during a nationally televised game. All right? The only reason why Adam Silver changed that is because it's a nationally televised game. You know what I'm saying? Listen, a nationally televised game. Listen, what LeBron said. LeBron said we should not, he said at one point that we shouldn't be playing on nationally televised games. Our game should be, he says, every time we play nationally televised, what happens to us? We lose. I mean, if you really listen to that, he didn't care about the fact that the stadium was packed. What they care about is nationally televised. The NBA is fixed. That's what they care about. They're making their money off of the commercials. They're making their money because people sit at home and watch the games repeatedly. And listen, it's not because you sat and watched a commercial. This is why the Super Bowl is so hot. It's because of the commercials. Listen, it's not like you sat down and watched one game and saw a Budweiser commercial and that was it. The Nielsen ratings counted that. Counts. No. It's the fact that it's a show. The NBA is a show. It's a syndicated show that's going to get played over and over and over long past when you're dead. They're going to be looking. It's just like us looking back at Dr. J and them. The same thing, but now with a lot more commercials, which means these companies are going to keep making money. And this is how they promise these players this ridiculous amounts of money, is because they know that that player's face is what makes them money even long after they're not playing anymore. So what are these players doing? They're saying, okay, I know you're making money off my name. I know you're making money off my face. So what I'm going to do is say, look, if you want me to play here, then I want a projected income. Some of that money is projected well into the future. Some of that money, they're not even going to be playing and they're going to be making that money. Why? Because people are going to see their face and or they're going to come and click on their face because it's their face and you have to pay me for that. That's where the NBA is making their money. It's not so much the ticket holder. It's the people who sit at home and watch, who watch on YouTube, who watch on their phones, who are watching on all of these streams, Yahoo stream. This is why everybody is into streaming now. I'm just saying we need to wake up and look how the world is working, how they're moving. You know what I'm saying? The NBA is fixed. It's not true. It's not honest, good, honest, hard-working basketball. That's not what's going on. It's the people who can sell. Why do you think Derrick Rose is still playing? Because Derrick Rose still has a following. That's why he can go from team to team to team, because D Rose has a following. He has a large following, especially in Asia. And all those eyeballs clicking on those ads means money. That's why the NBA is fixed, people. All sports are fixed. Somebody asked me to do a prediction on soccer. I mean, soccer is one of the most corrupt sports out there. You know what I'm saying? I could do one. But let's get into Russell Westbrook. I was listening to First Take, and what I found interesting on First Take is what Shannon Sharp said. He was saying that Russell Westbrook is, in a way, to me, cheating to get his stats. No, Skater, heck nah. Russell Westbrook? Nah. He won't win MVP. Simmons will win MVP of the year. What up? Yeah, BADs, what up? What up, big dog? Morning, bro. They always hating on him. Who, Russell Westbrook? I'm going to tell you something. I like Russell Westbrook as a character. I like his character. He seems like somebody who doesn't belong in the NBA, though. But I like his no-nonsense character. He doesn't really... All right, well, let's look at it this way. How many commercials have you seen with Russell Westbrook in it? Does he have his own shoe? I bet he's got his own shoe, maybe. Does he? But how many commercials have you seen? How many advertisements have you seen with Russell Westbrook in it? Any? I don't watch TV. Have you seen him in any car commercials? Selling underwear, hot dogs, on TV shows? I mean, yeah, he's a weird dresser. But so is Cam Newton. But yet Cam Newton, he was doing commercials and endorsements until he said that thing about the woman. But Russell Westbrook, I haven't seen him in any commercials. I haven't seen him in any movies. I haven't seen him in anything other than basketball. And I could be wrong because I don't watch TV. But nonetheless, if I know other players who are in these venues and doing these things, then that must tell you something. See, I'm not the target audience. I'm like the tertiary audience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the target audience, though, because I don't watch this stuff. But nonetheless, if I hear about something, then that must mean then that must mean that this commercial or this television show or whatever they're on has spread further out than the norm. Okay? Because I'm not the normal audience. So if I see it, it's further out than the norm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you haven't seen him, and you haven't seen Russell Westbrook in any commercials or anything. And I think you guys actually watch the games. But just think about that. Look. That kid from LA, the Ball brothers, the whatever, something Ball, Mello or whatever his name is, he is in more stuff than a lot of these players who've been in the game for a minute. Why? Because of his face. Lonzo, because of his face, because of what his father did, because of the marketing storm that they created. And Lonzo is not the greatest player in the world. But nonetheless, He went for they had him do a signing where he was just signing his name. He was charging $200 for the sign. And people were lining up to pay $200 to get a signed thing from Lonzo. This is why his shoe was $500, because people paid for the shoe. Russell Westbrook is not in that lane. He is not marketable. Yep, but they're not going to change his shot. He's got that side. He's got that, parking lot pimping shot. Booyaka. Terrible shot, but they're not going to change it. You know what I would do if I was Magic Johnson? I would turn Lonzo Ball into Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson wasn't the high scorer of the game. Magic Johnson had the most assists. He probably still holds the record for that, either him or Jason Kidd. That's who Magic Johnson was. He had super, super high assists. He was very flashy. He did a lot of unnecessary stuff. But the Lakers back then was a flashy team. It was LA, the Lakers. That's who the Lakers were. It wasn't so much, they were a good, great basketball team too, of course, but they were flashy and lights, cameras, action. It's LA, cars, women. That's who the Lakers really were. See, the Bulls, you didn't get that out of the Bulls. It wasn't like, come to Chicago, cars, women. It was just like, Chicago, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, not really. You know what I'm saying? But in Miami, that shtick is out there in Miami. So when LeBron was out there, he was like, yeah, Miami. But the Lakers did it best when it comes to showing off a city and, and the pizzazz. That's who the Lakers were. But Magic Johnson was a flashy dude behind the back. And, there's one player right there and no defender, and you got to do all this. To get rid of the ball. Boom. He would do it. Go look at some of Magic's reel-to-reels or whatever you want to watch back then. You'll see there's only you and one other person, and you got to throw the ball like this. It's just like, just toss the ball to him. Boom. But that isn't what Magic did. Yeah. Anyways, it's ridiculous. But nonetheless, I really would turn Lonzo into a new Magic, because Lonzo Ball's shot is hideous. His rookie season is not the best at all. He's slightly injured. But the thing about Lonzo Ball is he brings eyeballs to the game. And he does have potential. He's young. He's not the most aggressive player. But I do like the fact that Lonzo wants to play. Lonzo is not a player out there causing problems. Matter of fact, he's the total opposite of that. He's the guy that doesn't want any problems. He's like, oh, my teammates are getting into a fight. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. You guys work that out over there. I'm like, Lonzo doesn't care about fighting. The media is forcing Lonzo to, Lonzo doesn't want anything to do with all of that. He doesn't care. All Lonzo wants to do is play ball. That's it. That's really it. So on a personal level, I actually like Lonzo. But Lonzo is being puppeteered. He's being puppeteered by his father, and he's being puppeteered by the system. And the problem with that is you're taking the natural talent of somebody who could actually, Lonzo could easily work on that shot. I mean, he could make something of himself, come back next year healthy with, cleaned up his shot and just bang out, really Jason Kidd all over everyone, and then, have like a high assisting, all that yada, yada, yada. But Why don't they promote Westbrooke? Because Russell Westbrooke is not promotable. He's not. Russell Westbrooke is the total polar of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal went out there. He was serious, but he had fun. He did kid movies while he was in the NBA. He made $30 million, and it was like he was in a playground. He knew he was the big man. He knew he was a big black dude. You know what I'm saying? And he went out there with a very business-minded, business sense of, I'm going to have fun. Lonzo is poor man's Jason Kidd. That's exactly it. But nonetheless, he's a poor man's Jason Kidd. You know, just to have poor man's on you and say, hey, I'll take it because you're in the NBA and you can work with that. But Shaquille O'Neal had a great time. And now Shaquille O'Neal is worth hundreds of millions of dollars because that's all he does is funny marketing stuff. And it worked for him. Russell Westbrook is the total opposite of that. He's a sultry, surly. Russell Westbrook is a poor man's. Who's that guy that works with Shaquille O'Neal on that show? Who played for Phoenix back in the day? Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley even said he was like, "Yeah, Shaquille's got more money than me." Why, Charles Barkley? Because nobody wants to hire you. Because you're a sultry, sulky-looking person that just always got something salty to say. Charles Barkley. Out of all the people to meet, I would not want to meet Charles Barkley. I just would. There's nothing about Charles Barkley that makes me go, yeah, I want to meet Charles Barkley. But I'd love to meet Shaquille O'Neal. I would not want to meet Russell Westbrook. Barkley was the bar fight king. Yeah, Barkley was just, you know what Barkley could have easily done? He could have went from basketball and went right into the movies and just been just a mean ass, I'm going to kick your face in type of actor and really did stuff like that. Like Barkley could have made his money just being a badass after that because he was unmarketable as far as the kids and all that. No parent is going to buy a Charles Barkley, whatever. They might have bought a shirt back then, but now, Charles Barkley, who? Why would I want my kid to have this? No, but Shaquille O'Neal sells out the window. Lonzo sells. People want to be around Lonzo because he's non-aggressive. He doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. He cares nothing about all the flim-flam. He just wants to have fun. He's out there rapping. He's got a rap album out, and it ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Rapping, driving nice cars. Barkley said he was, yeah, and that killed some of his money. That right there, when he said, I'm not a role model, that killed some of his money. So what he should have did was saying, I'm not a role model, and start going into something that he could market with that same tonality, which is fine. People do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got actors out there who definitely ain't role models, but they making that jack because they marketed off of what their persona is. They were true to themselves. That's it. You find a lot of people in music, acting, sports, the ones who are faking it, you're just a fake. It's just like a rapper talking about they from the hood and they really ain't. They get canceled doing that. And like there was a rapper named MC Brains, you know what I'm saying, said he wasn't from Cleveland, but he went and had a concert in Cleveland and got booed. That was the end of his career. Yeah, it did Spice commercials for 1 year. He's unmarketable. He's unmarketable. Did Spice commercials and Spice records, their numbers tanked. He's unmarketable. Terry Crew used to play football. He's highly marketable. You know, the other guy who did the Old Spice, Papa, you know, with the muscles, Terry Crew, he played football. He's a professional football player. He played for 9 different teams. Love Terry Crew, the dude who was on White Chicks. Highly marketable. You know what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook. Does he smile? Does Russell Westbrook smile? He doesn't seem happy about anything. When he does his interviews, there's no smiling. When Cam Newton does an interview, he smiles. I'm just saying, there's a difference. I mean, and why these players and the rhythm of these players and what they can do while they have the chance to do it. If he gets a triple-double. Listen, Westbrook smiles when he has them bright check shirts on. Yeah. Oh my God. His dress style is like, what are we doing, Russell? What are we doing today? Okay, so this is what Shannon Sharpe said about Russell Westbrook. And he could be right. And I wanted to analyze this a little bit. He said Russell Westbrook is having his own players, like they're okay. You know how the ball goes up and you go for the rebound and you're told to box the other player out, right? Box out, box out. Well, the own players are boxing themselves out so Russell Westbrook can get the rebound. And this has been going on for the last 2 years. And this is why all this buzz about Russell Westbrook having the triple-double record for the last 2 years. Shannon Sharpe is like, that's how he's doing it. His own teammates are assisting him in getting the triple-double. And Skip Bayless is like, nah, he's the best rebounder there is. And then I started thinking about that, like, okay, I really wouldn't have a problem with letting a man get his rocks off and he's on my team and we're winning. He's the star of the show. Do your thug nizzle. You know what I'm saying? However, it is a form of padding the numbers. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're really not that great at rebounding, but we're making you look great. And then there's why would they do this? Why would you beef up Russell Westbrook's numbers like that? And there could be a few reasons. Why? Because you want to see this man get triple doubles, every game and then hold this, this record that nobody really cares about. It's just like, oh, he's the triple double guy. So it brings eyeballs to the game, which means revenues. Okay, I get that. But do you look at Russell Westbrook and go, is he going to be the MVP this year? That's a clear no to me. It's just a no. But he's the, triple-double guy. It's like, OKC, it's just not going to happen. Back-to-back MVPs. Yeah, but is he going to be MVP this year? I would take Simmons or Harding over him. And if LeBron wins, then you can't say LeBron isn't in the running for MVP this year. Anthony Davis. You just can't. There's a couple people triple-double back-to-back. There's a couple people, back-to-back last year and this year. But this year, MVP, I'm not going to hand it to you just because of those numbers. And that's my point. If you're triple doubling all the time like that, but your teammates are letting you get the rebound, they're getting out of the way so you can get the rebound. Yeah, he got what? So what did he get last year? He got the triple double thing, but was he MVP last year of every? I don't think he was. Yeah, that's my guess for MVP. Harden. So Russell Westbrook was the MVP of the league last year? Ray Skater? Okay. But, okay. Now, okay, thank you. Now, who do you think will be MVP of the league this year? You think he'll still get MVP of the year? Of the year. I'm gonna wait for you guys' answer. Do you think Russell Westbrook will be the MVP of the year? They didn't want to give it to him because they were saying he was padding his stats. Exactly. He was padding his stats. Listen. If they gave him, come on now. Come on. If they gave it to him this year, you realize how much smoke that's going to bring to Russell Westbrook. He's not going to get it this year. Those numbers are visibly being padded. You can look at the replays and see it. Still gave it to him because they came to a conclusion that that's impossible to do for a year. No, I'm trying to tell you, they're not going to do it for 2 years. It's my song right here. Like that song. It's my song right there. It's my song. I made it. Why ain't Chris Paul named in the MVP? I don't know. They've been talking about him all year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his numbers look like. So why last year? Well, like he said, it's possible to do what he's been doing. But, okay. When I heard this story yesterday, I started thinking like this. How tall is Russell Westbrook? 6'6", maybe? 6'7"? I don't know how tall he is. I don't know how tall Russell Westbrook is. You guys know more than I do. But when I was on both sides of it. Okay, he's 6'4". Now, 6'4", 6'3". Now, let's look at the worm, Dennis Rodman. How tall was Dennis Rodman? He was like 6'6", wasn't he? Dennis Rodman. All right. So Dennis Rodman was the number one rebounder consecutively while he was in the NBA. Yeah, 6'6", 6'7". He was the number one rebounder. Yeah, all day. Getting it in over. What up, Martinez? He was consecutively the number one rebounder. He was getting it over anybody. It didn't matter who was in the game. Dennis Rodman was going after the ball. He was diving for the ball. He was what up, man? He was diving for the ball. He was scrapping with people over the ball. He deserved every bit of the title that he had. And I'm glad he got rings out of that. I am glad Dennis Rodman got rings out of that. Because he deserved it. He went in for his team 100%. As a matter of fact, when I watched the Bulls, I didn't watch for Michael Jordan. I was watching for Dennis Rodman. Because that dude put more effort into that court than anybody to me. And that was just that. I didn't care about the dunks. It's only 2 points. I did like the fact that somebody could jump from the key and dunk. I thought that was cool. Defending the best post player. Yes, including, yes, Mutombo, Shaq, the mailman. It didn't matter. Dennis Rodman out-rebound everybody. Now, that dude worked for his. There was nobody padding his numbers. He made it clear, if you're on the court when I'm on the court, guess who's going to get more rebounds? And you know what? The Bulls capitalized off of that because they saw exactly who he was and how he did it. And everybody feared the fact that when Dennis Rodman got on the court, there's going to be some bows being thrown and he was going for the ball. Listen, if you didn't want to get your nose or your face in the way, then don't go after the ball what Dennis Rodman does. And that's just it, and that's all. The worm was strong, he was physical, and he was not afraid to show it. And that was my dude all day long with his weird ass. But nonetheless, he put up them numbers. So when I look at that, and then I look at Russell Westbrook, yeah, if it looked like Russell Westbrook actually fought for the rebound, it would look better. Thank you. That's why I was like, Shannon, I'm kind of with you on that. It started in Detroit. He's the original bad boy. Yeah. I was like, Shannon, I'm with you on that. Like 2 years in a row. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you got guys moving out the way just so you can get the ball. Where do they do that at? See that? Where do they do it like that? To me, it's cheating. It's just quick story. In the Olympics, the last Olympics. Yes. Yeah, and it's fake. This is why I just can't digest it. All right, quick story. In the Olympics, there were in badminton. There's Olympic badminton. Okay, just let me. It's either badminton or ping pong or one of them. I think it was like badminton. Nonetheless, the women's team. Oh my God, there's a women's team in badminton. Nonetheless, what they did was they lost on purpose so they could play a lesser team. And you move it out the way. Let me get Let me get the rebound. Look, it was fake. So another woman's team who was opposing them saw that they were doing that. And they were just like, well, we're going to let this team win too so we can face a team that isn't as good. See, I'm just saying there's a way of cheating the system to make you look a certain way so you can get what you want. So to me, even last year, Russell Westbrook was not the MVP. He's not. They're doing the same thing. It's the same system. You're cheating, Russell. You're cheating with your unadvertisable ass. You're not that deal. Now, can he play? Absolutely. Is he a dope player? Absolutely. But when your teammates are letting you get the rebound, you are padding. You know you're padding. He even came at Shannon Sharp. He didn't come at it directly, but he mentioned it. It's just like, Russell, everybody knows what you're doing. Come on, man. Like, I wouldn't have even addressed it. I wouldn't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not unless I was going to give some analytic review on where it's highly possible that everybody else is doing the same thing and I'm just the better at it. Now, I would have mentioned something then, but that's not what he did. He tried to defend himself. You can't defend yourself when it's clear on tape where you can see yourself recorded doing the same thing over and over again, and this is how you're getting your little cheap-ass rewards. With no ring, I might add. Nah, I'm good. I'm not having that. I'm not having it at all. So I'm with Shannon Sharp on this. But what surprised me is Shannon Sharp actually said something. And then had a video review of it. I just thought it was comical. That I was like, damn, Shannon, how you gonna rain on this man parade? He trying to get MVP again for this year, and you gonna come at this dude and just expose him like that. Why? Because everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. So I think it's pitiable if you ask me. I think it's shameful and it's pitiable that you're that good, but you have to do this just to get a leg up. Just to get what again? MVP? Do you get money for being the MVP? I guess you do. I guess it's all financial. But I don't know, guys. You guys are better than me. I can't watch the theatrics. I can't watch the... Look, I sucked at basketball. I knew that I sucked at basketball. This is why I quit in high school. I was like, I suck at this sport. Because when I played basketball, I just wanted to run people over. I played basketball like football. I really did. I couldn't stand it. I just sucked at it. Anyway, so that's what I got to say about that. Russell Westbrook, you're a great player, but stop being a fraud. Stop. I just wish the NBA would stop frauding the people. I would love to see a good, honest game of basketball. I really would. But the only way you're going to get that is if you watch, maybe high school or middle school. You know what I'm saying? And the parents aren't fighting. If the parents aren't fighting for some stupid reason. That's the danger of high school ball. It's just like now the parents are fighting. Like there was just a girl basketball game and they beat the ref up. They beat him up because he called a foul on a girl who came in. She came in the middle. She tripped and fell. He called a foul, which he should have called a foul. And then the girl's hands goes up like I didn't foul. And he was like, foul. And then the mother ran on the court and gets into this 6'4" guy's face and was like, is it that deep? Like, is that what we're doing now? Next thing you know, he calls a technical on the mother. And he's like, get off the court, and then a crowd of people run in and just mob this dude, and he's on the floor because he called a technical when he should have, and he called a foul when he should have called a foul. So, I don't know. You guys are better than me. I can't do it anymore. Russell Westbrooke, quit being a fraud. It's your boy Tone 202. Thank you guys again for hanging out. And I think all of you have entered into the competition. So we're good on that. And today's the 14th, so it's the last day of the competition anyway. What I am going to do before I go is I'm going to run down the schedule real quick. So I'm going to run down the schedule. For today, for the round one, I'm just going to do this again just to keep everybody abreast on what's popping. All right, so turn this off. Turn it down. All right, game one, Spurs Warriors. And this is the first round, by the way. Game one. These are all game ones. I'm going to read. Okay, so I'm going to start off with game one, and then I'm going to go into game twos. Game one, Spurs Warriors, Wizards Raptors, Pelicans Trailblazers, Heat 76ers. This is all being played. Those are all being played today. Game one tomorrow, Bucks Celtics, Pacers, Cleveland, Timberwolves, Rockets, Jazz, Thunder. Okay. So, and on Monday, game two, Heat Sixers, Spurs Warriors, Bucks Celtics. It just repeats. So, yeah. Yeah, so it just repeats all the way to Wednesday. So there you guys have it. Thanks for stopping by. It's your boy Tone 202. And the NBA is fixed, but you guys, like I said, love the Lord thy God. Enjoy yourself watching these games. Just have fun. Just have fun. Just know that Russell Westbrook is a part of the play. He's a part of the show. What he's doing is not real. It's not real what he's doing. His numbers are definitely padded. He's not a fake. The system is a fake, and he's part of the fake system. And he knows that he's part of the fake system. He knows that he's a puppet, and it's just this whole look at me thing. That's what it is. Look at what Russell Westbrook is doing. They're still killing people in Syria. You know what I mean? It's just a whole part of the system. And, I'm going to the gym. You guys take it easy, man. I'm out.